Hello and welcome to Mlc Tv News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the confluent state of Nigeria. I am Mono Balagbogo and these are the headlines. Armed Forces Remembrance Day, Governor Bello honors fallen heroes. US and Canada hit by winter storm and Real Madrid wins Super Cup. And now the news in details. Vice President Mlc Tv has said that the late head of Nigeria's interim national government, Ernest Shonekan, was highly consequential as a leader in the private sector who impacted economic policy in Nigeria. This is as he described Shonekan's demise as a major loss to the country. Osinbajo stated this when he paid a condolence visit to the family of the late head of the interim national government in Lagos. Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Laolu Akonde, disclosed this in a statement he signed late Sunday titled "Shonekan was consequential as private sector leader. His death a major loss," says Osinbajo. The Vice President, who visited with the company of his wife, Dolapo Osinbajo, received at the Ikoyi residence Shonekan's late ING's widow, Margaret Shonekan, and the son, Adeboye Shonekan. Osinbajo described Shonekan's deaths as a major loss for the country and for the private sector and internationally. The Vice President also signed the condolence register. Thus, we bless the name of the Lord for the excellent life of service to the country and to God for our leader and father, Chief Ernest Shonekan. Kogi State Governor Bello has reiterated his administration's commitment and support to the servicemen and families of the fallen heroes. Governor Bello made the reassurance during the year's Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Lokoja, the state capital. Security agencies and all ex-servicemen, including top government officials, were in attendance. Our reporter has more.
Navy, respecting your pristine rights.
The conscious efforts towards the security of lives and properties of the people have been the hallmarks of the Kogi State Governor Bello is known for, and that he has not relented in his urges to fight criminals of every category in the state. And on the fateful annual Armed Forces Remembrance Day held at the World War I and II Cenotaph in Lokoja, Governor Bello, with representatives of service and ex-servicemen, were present to lay wreaths in honor of the fallen heroes. Governor Bello commended security service and ex-servicemen for their commitments and efforts to build a country free of ills. He called on Nigerians to join hands with the security agents to fight every device working against the peace of the country and the people.
One of the sacrifices, or one of the biggest sacrifices one can ever make, is the service, defend, and protection of our fatherland. And our fallen heroes, that's exactly what they've done. And today we are remembering them. Also, the serving heroes. Those are armed forces, both men and women, and other paramilitary that are serving this country. My advice to all of our people, both in Kogi State, Nigerians, and the youths, is that we should look forward to serving this great nation. You can serve this great nation not necessarily in uniform. You can serve this great nation by even being useful to yourselves and useful to your community, to your society, and to the country. And I urge each and every Nigerian youth to continue to live in peace, support the government, support our leaders, pray for our fallen heroes, and remember their families. And also cooperate with all law enforcement agencies so that we can have a greater Nigeria. Nigeria is the best country ever in this world, and we can make it better if we cooperate with authorities.
The chairman, the Nigeria Legion of Ex-Servicemen, David Salau, commended the state government for giving priority to the welfare of the ex-servicemen and widows in the state.
Presently, I thank God that we are still alive, and the others who remain behind us, both in age or in anything, I pray that God will help them and follow our step, because the way we started it up to date, I think it is all right. So I praise. Those who are there, I am giving them an advice that they should follow the way that we were disciplined, and let they themselves be disciplined and serve the nation.
The State Security Advisor, Jerry Amadara, maintained that this present administration of Yahya Bello will continue to prioritize the security of all persons in the state.
No one we should pray for war. Nigeria must continue to remain one indivisible country, because the aftermath of war is not what anybody should think about. The country must continue to move forward and continue to move as one body. Even during the festive period, Kogi enjoyed peace, and the new compact system of security put in place in Kogi, you can't find in any part of the country, because we understand our own topography, we understand our history, we understand our religion, we understand our people and our geographical location, and we have mapped out our own security to fit that very system. And we are equally reviewing cases of criminalities and matching them with the right power, security power, so that we will continue to have peace in Kogi State.
And on the 2023 presidential race, Governor Bello said he has been aware of similar calls from every part of the country, including youth, women organizations and associations. He promised to respond to their calls at the appropriate time.
So it's very significant for me. It's very significant for the youth, because it is often said that youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but today we are the leaders of the present day Nigeria. And please, let us continue to behave in such a manner that our leaders, our fathers, our elders, our seniors will have that trust, belief and confidence that we can drive this nation to a greater height. Today we are looking forward to our great convention of our great party, and by the grace of God, I will declare, but we must have a platform to run on, and that is the All Progressives Congress. Today, the party has been rebuilt strongly, solidly, under the able leadership of Governor Malabuni, CECPC. They've done a great job. We shall conclude the rest in our convention, and thereafter, we see the standing of our party, and by the grace of God, by the mandate and the calling of Nigerians, Nigerian youths, women, and all over the world that are calling me to run and build on the achievement of President Muhammadu Buhari, I will surely answer them immediately after our convention, or as the case may be.
The governor said the labor of the fallen heroes who paid the ultimate price to keep the country together shall never be in vain, and the only way to ensure that is for the government at all levels to rise in ensuring a peaceful society. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.
The Nigerian youths have been called to get their permanent voter card that will serve as their power to fix youthful and credible leaders in elective positions in the 2023 general elections. The youths were encouraged by the Chief of Staff to Kogi State Governor Abdul Karim Mohammed Jamil during the GYB-PYB Group 1 year. The event was marked with a documentary of a person of Adoza. The group described the state governor Bello as the leader Nigeria needs at such a time as this because of the political will which he has continued to display to keep Kogi as the safest state in Nigeria. Our reporter has more.
Kogi State Chief of Staff to the Governor Mohammed Jamiu Abdulkarim has suggested that the nation's larger voting demography should be allowed to lead the country under a normal democratic situation, adding that it will be unjust if politicians who were supposed to naturally transit into elder statesmen and perform advisory roles continue to box others from leadership roles.
The people above 60 in this country today, they are less than 5% of the entire population of Nigeria. Less than 5%. I mean, people above 60 years of age. The youth and the younger generation alike will represent over 60, if not 70% of the population of this country. I mean the voting age in Nigeria. Then, if truly democracy is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, it is not just wrong, but it is an aberration, an abnormality, that we have lost so much hope and we have neglected the major populace, the demography that have more number, and we are hovering around the people that are less than 5% to be our leader, and the fourth is yours and mine. Nigeria is so blessed, naturally. Our elders have suppressed us so long that we no longer believe in our ability. The youth of this country have forgotten that we used to have late Chief Anthony Enahoro, who initiated the struggle for our independence at the age of 21 in the year 1953. We have lost our history, that we had the youngest military president in this country, in the person of our present father, General Yakubu Gowon, that became the military head of state at the age of 32. And under him, we had the youngest military governor at the age of 27. And today, we will call somebody of 40 years old a common joke. And I ask Nigerian youth, are we progressing or retrogressing?
Abdulkarim said that the youth should use their numeric power in the coming election, while he called on youths from age 18 and above to obtain their permanent voter card.
Somebody was jokingly saying in 2023 they will do talk for us. We don't even need talk. We don't need talk to win election. All we need is what? PVC. Let's preach PVC. The exercise is ongoing. Canvas for people to go get PVC. Today we have Ajakuta, and we know if we truly want to join the gang of a developed nation, we must produce our iron and steel and be able to produce everything we need here. If not bad leadership. Nigeria, we are constructing rail line today in billions of dollars. But we said we don't have common $1 billion to fix Ajakuta. And only Ajakuta will take thousands, hundreds of thousands of youth from the streets. We now have graduates that are pushing wheelbarrow in Nigeria. We have graduates that are working to earn less than 20,000 naira in a month in Nigeria. Yet, we will go to China and take a loan to construct rail line.
The director and the coordinator of the GYB to PYB support group, Ambassador Niyi Oladele, with his members, numbering hundreds, converged at Glass House Government House, Lokoja, to call on the state governor Yahya Bello to declare interest to contest for 2023 presidential election. They said it is the responsibility of youths to take their destiny into their hands and to build a Nigeria of their dream.
It is clear that the mood of the nation as we move into 2023 is that suggests that the Nigerian youth are tired of taking the back seat and are now set to take the driver's seat of this country. Therefore, in following the directive of our leader, the leader of our party, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, who in 2018 expressly requested the Nigerian youth to please give him a chance to complete his constitutional requirement of second term as president, but promising Nigerian youth to bequeath the nation to a much younger person as president. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has given the directive, and we as loyal party members, especially the older ones in the party, should respect our leader and respect the Nigerian youth by supporting the youngest and most performing governor as far as youth development in the country is concerned. It's on this note that we want to reaffirm our commitment and call to His Excellency Governor Bello to kindly accept the request of the Nigerian youth to run for President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because we see him as the light to a better and a greater Nigeria.
They declare their future is at stake, hence they need to place the leadership of the country in the hands of someone who shared a similar concern.
Governor Bello, as the leader of APC in Kogi State, insisted that the youth leader position should be reserved for the youth 35 years and below. Today, in Kogi State, APC youth leader is 33 years of age. Local government youth leaders are even lesser age. In Kogi State, we have functional youth development commission established by the administration of His Excellency Bello. These developmental analyses are enjoined by the youth of Kogi State because we have youthful and useful government.
And I am committed because Lokoja is reflective of that energy, spiritual energy that holds our country together. We're talking today at the government house called Lugard House. This was precisely the place where Nigeria was bettered, and the redemption of this country will be bettered from this place. I'm speaking deeply. I hope you understand me. I have always told people who care to listen that the challenge and the responsibility to save Nigeria is on your shoulders. The young people must rise up to the urgency of now. This sweltering harmattan of discontent across our country can only be stopped and halted by young people who would arise and speak for themselves. Speak to the old and tell them, we do not disrespect you. But Albert Einstein said that if you keep trying to solve a problem the same way it was created, what you're guilty of is insanity. The time to break the circle is now, and we shall break the circle.
Youths across the geopolitical zones of the country Nigeria were present. The GYB to PYB support group used the occasion to mark their 1 year with the premiere show of a documentary titled Adoza, produced and delivered by the group. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.
The Lagos State government has urged labor leaders in the state to promote harmony by working with government officials to ensure service delivery. The special advisor to the governor on labor and industrial relations, Babatunde Williams, made this call in a statement on Sunday. Williams was quoted to have said this at a 3-day retreat organized by the Ministry of Establishments, Training and Pensions for labor leaders. He said this is an annual event organized for union leaders to network, socialize and engage in productive interaction with government officials with the objective of creating a symbiotic bond and promoting industrial harmony in the state. The head of service, Hakeem Muri Okunola, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Public Service Office, Segun Ajibade, said labor unions play a crucial role in the state's development. The Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, has threatened to embark on another strike if the federal government fails to implement its demands within 3 weeks. Addressing journalists at the end of the Northeastern Zonal meeting in Maiduguri, the National Vice President of the zone, Comrade Abdulkader Issa, said their demands are review of end allowance, sharing formula from the current 75% to teaching staff and 25% to non-teaching staff, delay in payment of arrears of the minimum wage and the non-payment of retirement benefits. The National Vice President also decried non-implementation of the minimum wage in most of the state universities, as well as pending cases of allowances contained in the 2009 agreement. Abdulkader expressed concern that non-teaching universities are being usurped by teaching staff, which according to him is a violation of the condition of service. He called on the federal government to put in place additional measures for the protection of lives and property. The National Assembly should not override the President, Muhammadu Buhari, over the stalemate on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. A former chairman of the Independent National Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, has cautioned. According to him, since 2010, the country have not had any substantive improvement on the electoral laws, while in the 2021 electoral bill, there were a lot of substantive things. Jega said this on Sunday night in Abuja during a citizens' town hall meeting on Electoral Bill 2021 organized by Yaga Africa and development partners. At the event, Governor Abdullahi of Nasarawa State highlighted the position of governors, saying they were not against direct primaries. Jega said with the way the provisions of the bill stands, the National Assembly should do the needful rather than contemplating overriding the president by removing the contentious provisions. He said that the Electoral Act Amendment Bill contained quite a lot of good things that could enhance electoral integrity. According to him, what was key was to give INEC the law to improve ahead of the 2023 general elections and also the off-season elections before the 2023 polls. He said the challenge is what the National Assembly introduced in the electoral bill, which is without serious contemplation. It is very important that we have a lot of legal framework. He also said that the INEC made 31 recommendations to the amendment of the 2010 Electoral Act to conduct credible elections, but the National Assembly only approved 25 of the recommendations.
Mlc TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose Mlc TV. Get human interest stories right here on Mlc TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on Mlc TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on Mlc TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Glad to have you back. The much-awaited date for the National Convention of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC has been fixed. The party finally picked 26th and 27th February as tentative dates for the convention. It was also learned that the postponed meeting of the Progressive Governors Forum (PGF) will hold on Sunday, 16th January, in order to confirm the dates, timetable, and schedule for the convention. At the meeting, governors will be agreeing on the mode of the convention, which sources said would likely be by consensus for most of the positions, with the exemption of few positions that will be contested. In addition, the progressive governors will also be confirming various subcommittees during the Sunday meeting, after which they will meet with President Buhari, who is also the national leader of the party, for his contributions and advice. With the convention dates now fixed, various presidential hopefuls of the party who are scheming to win the presidential ticket of the party will now leave no stone unturned so as to ensure that their favorite candidates emerge victorious at the party's national convention. The management of the Federal University of Lafayette says the 4 students of the institution who were abducted on January 13th have been released by their abductors. The announcement of their release is contained in a statement signed by Abubakar Ibrahim, Head Information and Public Relations Unit of the institution, and made available to newsmen in Lafia. According to the university's spokesperson, the students were released at the late hours of January 15th. He added that Professor Shehu Abdul Rahman, the Vice-Chancellor of the university, expressed gratitude to the state government and the public for their contributions, prayers and support during the trying moment. He further said that the VC expressed appreciation to the security agencies for their timely interventions that led to the quick and safe return of the students. Consequently, upon their release, the students have undergone medical checkups and they were all found to be in good conditions to immediately resume their studies. He called on the students to remain calm and go about their normal activities on both campuses of the university. He therefore assured the parents, students, and the public of the institution's commitment to make lives and property safe in and around the campuses. About 1,500,000 tablets and capsules of pharmaceutical opioids, including tramadol, Exol 5, and diazepam, have been intercepted in Edo State by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. They were said to have been loaded in Onitsha, Anambra State, and heading for Yauri, Kebbi State, before they were intercepted on Friday. Same day, 425,000 diazepam tablets were recovered at Shegemo in Kano. The NDLA Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, stated on a statement on Sunday. According to him, while about over 1 million was seized, along with arms and ammunition from suspected bandit and a drunk kingpin in Plateau, over 137,000 kilograms of assorted illicit drugs were recovered during operations across 7 states in the past week. He said, acting on credible intelligence, operatives in Edo State intercepted a trailer coming from Onitsha and going to Yauri in Kebbi State. A thorough search of the truck led to the discovery of psychotropic substances concealed under legitimate goods. Babafemi said the exhibit was concealed inside a Toyota Camry car, adding that this came on the heels of a similar seizure of 59 parcels of Colorado concealed in a Mercedes-Benz vehicle imported from Canada. 3 people have been killed and 28 abducted by gunmen in Farin Shinge, Kulho, Jigawa, Dogo, Fadama communities of Mashego local government area of Niger State. The abductions and killings were carried out between Friday and Saturday in the communities. This is just as the President, Muhammadu Buhari, directed the nation's armed forces to embark on a major military operation to end killings and kidnappings in the state. The Vice Chairman of Kontogara local government area, Aliyu Makiga, who confirmed the attack on Farin Shige community, said the gunmen stormed Tegina in large numbers to carry out the attack. Makiga revealed that the gunmen have demanded for 750 liters gallons of fuel, packs of Vigil milk and other drinks as ransom for the abductees for Farin Shinge community. Another group of gunmen were said to have attacked Jigawa, Dogo Fadama and surrounding communities, killing 2 people while 4 others were abducted. In Kulho community, the gunmen began the attack at about 3:30 p.m. and ended the operation at about 6 p.m. A resident named Tanko Kulho was shot dead and 16 were abducted, while shops were looted and over 18 motorcycles stolen by the gunmen. The State Police Public Relations Officer Wasiu Abiodun confirmed the abduction, but only 15 people were abducted. But Buhari has directed the nation's armed forces to embark on a major military operation in Niger State. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, disclosed this in a statement on Sunday titled, President Buhari sets the ball rolling for big military operations in Niger State. And now to the news from the foreign scene. The Jamaican police has claimed the arrest of a former Haitian lawmaker who is a suspect in the assassination of the country's president has been arrested in Jamaica. Ex-Senator Jean-Joel Joseph, wanted in the July 7, 2021 killing of President Jovenel Moise, was arrested Friday evening, Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF said in a statement. The JCF can confirm that Haitian national Jean-Joel Joseph and 3 other members of his family were arrested in Jamaica on immigration-related charges, the statement said. Jamaican investigators contacted Haitian authorities who said Joseph was wanted in Haiti as a suspect in the alleged assassination of Haitian president in 2021. Joseph was arrested at a house in St. Elizabeth, a parish in the southwest of the island. A Jamaican police source told the AFP that Joseph is being detained at the moment. The source said Jamaican police acted in conjunction with international law enforcement partners and that joint investigations had been underway. Maurice, who was unpopular in Haiti, was killed and his wife seriously wounded when a commando of around 20 men burst into the presidential residence and shot them in July. Dozens of suspects had been arrested previously over Maurice's murder, but about the assassination remains murky, especially who ordered it. An arrest warrant was issued for Joseph right after the killing, with authorities describing him as armed and dangerous. Joseph was an opposition senator and a fierce critic of the president. A major winter storm has brought heavy snow and ice to parts of the United States and Canada, putting more than 80 million people under weather warnings. More than 145,000 people are without power in some eastern states and thousands of flights are cancelled. Virginia, Georgia, and North and South Carolina have all declared states of emergency. The U.S. National Weather Service, NWS, says more than 1 feet 30 centimeters of snow is expected in some areas. Snow and ice could result in dangerous travel, power outages, and tree damage, the NWS warned. Highway patrols reported hundreds of vehicles accidents, according to the Associated Press news agency. There were also forecasts of possible coastal flooding in some areas, including New York City and parts of Connecticut, with warnings that roads and infrastructure could be affected in Canada's Ontario province, which shares a border with New York State. Officials issued storm warnings on Sunday morning for much of the south. Toronto, the capital of the province and Canada's largest city, is forecast to get 7 inches, 20 centimeters of snow. More than 3,000 flights in and out of the U.S. were cancelled on Sunday, according to Flight Aware data tracking website. Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina was among the worst hit, with almost 90% of flights scrapped, and a message on its website urging passengers to check their airlines before traveling to the airport. In South Carolina, Governor Henry McMaster called on residents to stay off the roads. Mali's former president Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, who led the West African country from 2013 until he was ousted in a coup in 2020, died at the age of 76 in the capital, Bamako, on Sunday, his family said. The cause of death was not given. Keita was 2 years into his second 5-year term when he was toppled by the military in 2020. In the weeks before the coup, he had been struggling with protests followed by his handling of a jihadist insurgency and failure to turn around Mali's floundering economy. Keita was forced out of office on August 18, 2020 by young military officers who staged an uprising at a base near Bamako before heading into the city, where they seized Keita and other leaders. Under pressure from the West African bloc, ECOWAS, the junta that emerged from the rebellion released Keita on August 27th and returned him to his residence in Bamako under surveillance. Let's now join Jonah Malik for Sports Update.
On Sports Update today, Real Madrid beat title holders Atletico Bilbao 2-0 on Sunday to win the 38th edition of the Supercopa. Goals coming from Luka Modric in the 37th minute and Karim Benzema from the penalty spot in the 52nd minute gave Real Madrid the win as Atletico Bilbao failed to produce a comeback. Garcia's penalty kick, however, was saved by Courtois. Since the 2019-2020 season, the Spanish Super Cup has been contested by 4 teams, the winner and the runner-ups of the Copa del Rey and La Liga. Equatorial Guinea inflicted the first defeat in 36 games on Algeria on Sunday to leave the reigning champions in serious danger of the group stage exit from the African Cup of Nations after astonishing goalkeeping blunder caused the Ivory Coast victory against Sierra Leone. That unbeaten run end just 2 matches shy of Italy's recently established record of 37 without defeat, and Nigeria now needs to beat the Ivory Coast in their final Group E outing on Thursday if they want to make it to the last 16. It was a dramatic day at Japoma Stadium where Badra Ali Singare's incredible injury time error gifted Sierra Leone a point in a 2-2 draw with the Ivory Coast. With the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire leading 2-1, Singare went to catch a ball headed back to him by a team in the third added minute in an attempt to prevent a corner, only to drop it into the path of Stephen Coker, who squared for substitute Alhaji Kamara to score. Elsewhere, Wabil Kazir scored twice as Tunisia recovered from a controversial loss to Mali by hammering Mauritania 4-0 in the coastal town of Limbe to register their first point of Group F. Mali and tournament debutants Gambia both sit a point above Tunisia on 4 points after they drew 1-1 at the same venue. Musa Barrow converting a 90-minute penalty for Gambia to cancel out Ibrahim Kone's 97th minute spot kick at the other end. The final round of group games begins on Monday when hosts Cameroon play Cape Verde and Burkina Faso face Ethiopia in Group A. Everton Football Club has confirmed the departure of Rafael Benitez as first-team manager on Sunday after a 2-1 loss at Norwich City, which left the Merseyside club 6 points above the Premier League relegation zone in 16th place. Benitez, who joined Everton in June 2021, has left the club with immediate effect, Everton said in a statement. An update on a permanent replacement will be made known in due course. The Spaniard returned to Europe from Delian Professional, a Chinese club, after Carlo Ancelotti departed Everton for Real Madrid, but he has not been able to take Everton anywhere. And that's sports update on Mlc TV. I am Malik Jonah.
Thanks, Jonah, for the update. And on entertainment, Atayas Ayodeji is on standby for the entertainment news.
On entertainment news today, after nearly 2 months off, the cast and crew of Black Panther Wakanda Forever are ready to resume production next week on the Marvel mega sequel. First reported by The Hollywood Reporter, the news was confirmed today by a person close to the situation. Marvel had no comment. Letitia Wright sustained an injury back in August during an overnight shoot in Boston. The actress was hurt in an incident involving a stunt rig. When the delay in production was announced in November, Marvel bosses also revealed that the actress' injuries were worse than previously thought. What we had initially thought were minor injuries turned out to be much more serious, with Letitia suffering a critical shoulder fracture and a concussion. Severe side effect, said Marvel Studios' Kevin Finch, Luis Den Esposito, and Nate Moore in a statement. It has been a painful process, and Letitia has been home recovering with her doctors and the support of family. We've adjusted our production schedule, so she has the time she needs to heal, but there's so much we can do without Shuri. We also want to thank Letitia for everything she's doing to get back to the set. We know how much she loved this role, how tough it has been for her to be away, and how hard she's working to recover as quickly as she safely can. Wakanda Forever has struggled a rocky path so far. Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer in August 2020, with Marvel and the filmmakers having to reconceive the project without the beloved actor. Wright, who became a breakout star in 2018 thanks to her work as Shuri, the sister of Black Panther T'Challa, was elevated to the lead of the sequel. It is unclear if that elevated status will continue beyond this sequel into future movies or Disney Plus series. It is widely assumed that Wright character Shuri will take on a more prominent role in the sequel, and the note makes clear that there is only so much shooting that can take place without one of the film stars. Wakanda Forever remains the most anticipated film of 2022. Still on entertainment news, Nigerian music producer Sam Clef has claimed that the surge in ritual killing across the country by young men is a result of what they watch in Nigerian movies. The popular music producer made this known via his Twitter page on Sunday, January 16, 2022.
Igbo, Nollywood, English and Yoruba movies are the reason why a lot of young boys are doing rituals. They keep promoting fetish stuff in all their movies, he tweeted. He went on to advise movie makers to be more creative with their content. Nigerian movies producers can do better. Everything must not be based on juju and religion, he added. Sanclef's tweet may not be far from the truth, as there has been an increase in ritual killings across the country. And that is all in entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for MLC TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thanks, Matthias, for the update. And that's our package today. Join us tomorrow, same time via this channel. For your daily news, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc Television, Facebook MLC TV, Instagram MLC TV 2921, and Twitter at MLC TV. For your advert placement and sponsorship, please call any number displayed on your screen. I am Warno Balagugu. Thanks for staying with us.